Hey guys, welcome back. My name's TechnoTuner, and today we're going to be taking a look at some test hands from the Ryzeal Battlin Boxer Melodius deck, just to see what we can do. This is just going to be a fun video showing you some test hands on what can be done, whether going first or going second. If you guys like seeing this kind of content, please go ahead and hit that like and subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. I also try to read every comment that comes through and try to answer as much as I can. I do take your comments into consideration for each video that I do. Anyways, let's go ahead and hop right in to our first test hand. So, let me shuffle up real quick here. So, what's for our first hand? We got Fualos, 7 Tachyon, Uppercutter, Plugin, and another Fualos. If we were going second, this is a really good hand. Okay, so what can we do with this hand? Right off bat, first thing that pops in my mind is we can try and bait an Ash by normaling Battlin Boxer Uppercutter. However, we do not want to start with that right off bat. What we want to do is activate 7 Tachyon. So we're going to activate 7 Tachyon and reveal number 105 Battlin Boxer Star Cetus. From here, what we're going to do is add a monster that has the same level as that monster's rank and the same type or attribute. What we're going to do is, since it's a fire, we'll go ahead and add Sword Ryzeal. Then we're going to place Plugin on the top of the deck. Let me go ahead and shuffle that up. Doesn't matter, we're going to see what we're going to get anyways. So, from here, what do? Well, we do have the 2 Fualos, the Uppercutter, and the Sword Ryzeal. What we'll do is normal summon Sword, activate the effect to add 1 light Pyro monster from our deck to our hand. Since we've already normal summoned, it doesn't make sense to add Ice. What we'll do instead is add X'd. So we'll go ahead and grab our X'd Ryzeal. We will next go ahead and then special summon X'd Ryzeal by sending Meteorologic Aggregator from our deck or extra deck to our grave. We'll get a free negate, and we've only summoned twice, so we can negate something on our opponent's board if they already have something such as a canine monster. We'll next overlay these two, and we have a choice. We can go into Battlin Boxer King Dempsey, or if we want to continue down the Ryzeal package, we can go into Ryzeal Duo Drive. In this case, I know I'm playing into the actual duo or to the Ghost Ogre, but I would have to do this in this hand. So what I'm going to do is detach both of these to add 2 Ryzeal cards from my deck to my hand. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and add Node Ryzeal, and we'll add Ryzeal Cross. We'll next special summon Node Ryzeal, since we control a Xyz monster, and then we'll activate Ryzeal Cross. If they haven't Ghost Ogred on the Duo Drive, they'll Ghost Ogre the Ryzeal Cross, more than likely. Next, we'll go ahead and activate Node Ryzeal. We'll go ahead and send this card is sent to the graveyard by card effect. It is sent by cost, not card effect. So we'll go ahead and send Battlin Boxer Uppercutter to revive back Sword Ryzeal. What we can do here is then because we only have X'd Ryzeal in the graveyard, we're locked into Xyz monsters. We cannot fusion, summon, or link. So what we would do here is probably set up duo drive or detonator to establish a interruption during our opponent's turn. However, what you can do instead, if you really want to, is go these two into Dempsey. Dempsey will allow you to get a Shadow Punch, or excuse me, Boxer Shadow, which can let you continue on a little bit further, but not by much. But since we're wanting to continue or add more interruptions to our board, we're going to do Detonator and attach. So we can attach a, just making sure I read this correctly, one monster from our graveyard to it. We will go ahead and attach Aggregator. So, since Follows is technically dead in our hands for this case, we should have probably discarded them, but either way, we have these two for what we can do. Basic Ryzeal combo, if you have seen it before. Now, if we went the other route in which we did Dempsey and kept that in grave, and instead have kept Battlin Boxer and discard Follows, what we could have done here is activate the effect to add Shadow Punch, or excuse me, Boxer Shadow, and then special summon it by detaching one card. So what we can do here is detach, we'll say node, to special summon Boxer Shadow. We'll next go ahead and activate Ryzeal Cross, shuffling back Exton node into the deck. Or excuse me, place them on the bottom and then draw one, which we got a Ring Announcer. So we can then activate Ring Announcer, special summoning Battling Boxer, Uppercutter, overlaying those two to go into... It's really depending on what you want to do, because you can go into Infernal Flame Banshee to get a search for next turn, or you can set up a Guska to buy you some more time on your draws. Yes, it'll negate effects on the board, but right now it doesn't really matter. It's just more of a safety feature if you'd like to have that. So, in this case, I would say if you're trying to continue off, I would go Flame Banshee so we can get our one Pyro monster. So what we'll go ahead and do, we'll detach one material from this card. We'll go ahead and attach Boxer Shadow. And we would have gotten to pop spells or traps, either way. And then off of the Ring Announcer, we'll go ahead and add Star Ryzeal. We'll next activate Star Ryzeal, detach or special summoning it by detaching the Sword Ryzeal. Sorry, I'm going to move this around a little bit. Star Ryzeal effect. You can then set one Ryzeal spell and trap from your deck. What you can do here is go into Ryzeal plugin or Ryzeal Cross for next turn, but since we have Ryzeal Cross on board, we cannot set it, so we would have to do the Ryzeal plugin. So what I would do is set Ryzeal plugin. From here, what you could do is set on this board currently and then pass turn. You still have one monster negate. You have a way to revive a monster during your opponent's turn. It's actually pretty good. One thing I will note is that the duo drive does have 2500, so it does open you up to Regenesis being on the board at times as well. Either way, let's go ahead and shuffle up and take a look at what we can do for the following turn with this deck. All right, so what's our second hand? We got another Fualos, Battlin Boxer Chief second, Melodius Refrain, 7 Tachyon, and a reinforcement of the army. So what we can do here is we'll go ahead and activate reinforcement of the army, getting us a Battlin Boxer Uppercutter. We'll next overlay, normal summon Chief second to allow us to get an additional normal summon for Battlin Boxer Uppercutter. Uppercutter will then get us another monster in which we can overlay, special summon later on. And reinforcement of the army is in the graveyard. I am so sorry. Anyways, all right, we got these two on board. Where we go? Well, you know the normal. We're going to go directly into Duo Drive. Duo Drive effect, detach 2. And then we'll go ahead and special summon, or add, I should say. We will add, because we've already used our normal summon, Sword and Cross. We'll go ahead and activate that Cross. We'll go ahead and we won't grab Cross. We'll grab Plugin, because we can set with what we're going to do here next. So instead, we'll go Sword and Plugin. We'll special summon Sword effect to get us a light Pyro. What we'll grab here is Ext. We'll go ahead and special summon Ext by sending Eclipse Twins in this case. Show things a little bit differently. Then we'll go ahead and overlay these two. We'll go those two into Dempsey. One other effect I did forget is when Uppercutter is sent by card effect, so if it's attached, it can revive back Chief second, which is very nice. It can help you out in the further body, with a further body on the board. So in this case, technically we would have Chief second on board. But I'm not going to do that because I missed timing, just to let you know. So what do we do from here? Well, when it's add summon, you can add one Battlin Boxer card or Battlin Boxer monster. We'll go ahead and add Chief second, just in case for that next turn. We'll next go Battlin Boxer Shadow, special summon itself by detaching Sword Ryzeal. We got this in the graveyard so far. All right. Well, what's next? We'll go ahead and activate 7th Tachyon. We will reveal number 105, Battlin Boxer Cetus. And then we will add from our deck to our hand, Node Ryzeal. What do we place on top of the deck in this case? Well, in this case, since we don't need the Mulcharmy, we'll go ahead and place Mulcharmy Fualos on the top of the deck. So, from here, what we can do is then special summon Node Ryzeal. Since we control a Xyz monster, we'll then send Refrain from our hand to the graveyard to revive back Sword Ryzeal. We'll overlay these two into Detonator. Detonator effect will allow us to attach Eclipse Twins. So we have effectively Eclipse Twins, Duo Drive, Battlin Boxer Dempsey, and Shadow. Well, look at that. We still have a few other cards that we can use. Because we still have Plugin for our turn, and we have Battlin Boxer Chief second for negate. However, there's another thing that we can do here. We can attempt to pop a card. So When your opponent activates a card or effect, you attach this, target one card in the field. So if they try to activate any kind of ash or anything while detonator's on board, we can pop our own duo drive by detaching node. We'll activate plugin to revive it back, and then we could take these two and go directly into Starliege Photon Blast Dragon, which can keep a detonator protected for the turn. And we still have the Chief Second as a way to keep going. Then, since we did that, we can attach Duo Drive to Detonator to further allow more materials for the card. Oh, excuse me. Cannot do that. We can attach one rank 4 Xyz, one card from our deck to our rank 4 Xyz. Sorry. I almost completely butchered that. And cannot declare attacks for the rest of the turn, so that's perfectly fine. In this case, we'll go ahead and attach a Star Ryzeal just for next turn in case. There we go. That's our end board. We do have the one battle interruption. We have at least 2 to 3 pops, and we have the Photon Blast Dragon as protection for our detonator. Dempsey is just on the board as a way to keep searching things. But let's go ahead and see what we can do with hand number 3, where we're going second. All right, let's take a look at our third hand. So we open up Ostinato, Ice Ryzeal, Ring Announcer, and Chief Second for our 4 cards, along with Star Ryzeal. Okay, so we've opened up pretty good. Since we're going second, we're going to take a look at our last one, which is Bonfire. At this point, they would have to have at least 5 negates to stop us. So what we're going to do start off is we're going to activate Ostinato, Fusion Summon from our deck. Since we control no monsters, we're going to go ahead and send 2 Refrain from our deck to the graveyard. We'll send 1 Refrain, 2 Refrain, and we're going to go into Baka or Baka. We'll go into Bacha or Baka. I'll place her in the extra monster zone. But yeah, when she is fusion summoned, the activate effects of your Melodius fusion monsters cannot be negated. But you can special summon 1 Melodius monster from your deck. If this card is special summoned, you can special summon 1 Melodius monster from your deck. So what we're going to do is summon the other Refrain, because we run 3 of them. Wherever Refrain went. Hello. There's the other Refrain. We'll go ahead and summon her. Refrain effect to add a Melodius monster. I'm not going to shuffle it up just yet, because we're going to add Kanon, the Melodius Diva. What we're going to do here is go Kanon, Melodius Diva, and special summon it. Well, what do we do from here? What we can do is go Kanon and Refrain into Dempsey. Dempsey will then trigger, allowing us to add a Battlin Boxer monster from deck to hand. We'll go ahead and add Uppercutter once we find him. There we go. We'll add the 1 Battlin Boxer Uppercutter. We'll go ahead and then activate Ring Announcer. We'll use Ring Announcer to special summon Battlin Boxer Chief Second. Chief Second lets us get an additional normal summon this turn for a Battlin Boxer. But since we haven't normal summoned yet, I'm going to go ahead and normal summon Ice Ryzeal. Ice Ryzeal will let me get a Sword Ryzeal. And then we'll go ahead and use our second normal summon to do Uppercutter, which lets us get our Boxer Shadow. And we've already got a decent board right now. We'll next take these 2 and go directly into our Starliege Photon Dragon. We'll next go ahead and special summon Star Ryzeal in this case by detaching Kanon from Dempsey. Star Ryzeal effect will let us place the field spell. We'll go ahead and place Cross. We'll set it, and then we'll go ahead and activate it. So we'll go ahead and activate the Ryzeal Cross. So, what do we do from here? Well, we've got a pretty good hand. So what we can do is next special summon Sword Ryzeal. Sword Ryzeal effect will let us get a X'd Ryzeal. And then we can overlay, if we really want to, which we're going to go into Duo Drive using these two monsters to Duo Drive. You can attach one Ryzeal monster from your graveyard, but we don't have any, so we won't have to worry about that. But it's nice to have. We'll go ahead and special summon X'd by sending from our deck or extra deck to the graveyard Meteorologic Aggregator to go ahead and negate a card on the board. We cannot activate X effects since we have Baka on field to add a Fire Thunder from our deck, but that's not a problem. Instead, what we'll do here is overlay these two, go into Detonator to attach Meteorologic Aggregator. Everything's getting boosted by 200, which is really nice, and lowered by 200. We can discard, detach the bond, or discard the bonfire to rank up Dempsey into the Utopic Ray to swing for more damage and lower by 6 or an additional 500, which is what we'll probably do. We'll go ahead and send the bonfire to go into Utopic Ray Lancer. Utopic Ray Lancer negates all attack position monsters my opponent currently controls, which makes it easier for us to do anything, so they have to respond now, in which gives us access to Detonator and cross activation. And this is the board we were able to establish, where we have our protection with Photon Starliege, Photon Blast Dragon, we have our Detonator, we have Baka, we have Duo Drive, so they're effectively being lowered by 700 attack in total. Our monsters are being increased by 200, so you got a 27, a 32, a 27, and another 2700 attack, which is all pretty nice. Botch It does blow up at the end step. That's perfectly fine, but we do get one of our monsters back. But we have to special summon both of them. Unfortunately, no, I take that back. We get to special summon one in our graveyard, so we would probably target the Refrain or Kanon if we're trying to set up a more defensive play. But overall, this is enough to swing for game in general. And we still have the Boxer Shadow to further extend if we need to. We've yet to activate Duo Drive effect, which is very helpful in this case. But anyways, guys, I wanted to show you the full capability of this deck as a whole. And it's really nice that this deck was able to just pop off in this last hand, so I could show you the full combo and what it can be done. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next one. Please go ahead and hit that like and subscribe so I know if I should make more of this kind of content, or if there's something I need to improve. I always do read your comments. So I hope you all have a great one. See ya.
Is it okay if I'm to say I'm catching feelings from all the dealings? Am I astray? What do you say? How are you feeling? Is it the same?